Hello everybody, Andrew Kenno from Design Products and Applications. Finally, I've got to travel to Lenze in the Netherlands. I've come to see the facility, I've come to see the operation, I've come to see exactly what these guys offer to their customers. I'm very pleased today to have Mr. Marc Vissers with me and also Mr. Jurgen Rijkers. I want to find out a little bit more about how they operate. So, Marc, Lenze have been part of the automation landscape for over 75 years. How have the priorities as a company changed during this time, in line with all the changes that we've seen in industry?
Let's start saying what was all those almost 80 years the same. That is customer centricity. Customer comes always first. That didn't change. That is still the case. What changed over the last decades is the differentiation of how industry acts. In the last, let's say, 10, 15 years, the speed went up. So how we now dealing with global changes in things what we can not influence, like what's happening in the world everywhere, but it will increase the change and increase the speed in the industry. So we need to make ourselves a little bit more ready in what's coming up. Talking about AI things, talking about how we deal with portfolio, how our customers are expecting more of the machine output, and it's all about one thing, and that also didn't change in the past. It's all about productivity. Improve your gross margins. One thing difference from the last couple of decades is that we are suddenly in a completely different environment in Europe, seeing a differentiation of the supply chain, competition change, customer behavior change, and that has a massive influence in the machine building industry. And Lenze focused on drives and motion controls on let's say on products in the early days, and now we talk like since 20, 25 years about solutions. So the drive chain, but also everything around the X, but also not to forget all about the automation and software will have a big influence. Put it in one word together, let's say, or two words, so it's life cycle services, which is today a big change what we see over the years. And we will bring the machines for customers much faster, quicker, and more efficiently. That is what we need to do today. So, outside-inside mindset is a necessity today to fulfill the requirements of the customer. Put it three things together is speed, openness in an open automation area, and sustainability and life cycle value. So those things I think the most common and most important things to say, and all those things together will bring the companies, the customers, more gross margin, more productivity, and better future for their own life cycles.
Yeah, that's interesting because you highlight that the focus still remains being in touch directly with the customer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not what we make anymore, but what we need to achieve.
Okay, excellent. So Jurgen, when designing automation solutions from drives to controllers and software, what are the biggest challenges facing engineers today?
Yeah, Marc already told us, speed, openness, very crucial points. Looking to really the challenges which we came back from our machine builders, from SPS Fairs, they are saying the machines are getting more complex. Lot size 1 is a buzzword, but it's one of the challenges they are facing right now. But also the open integration, that means their machines need to integrate smooth inside of other systems, CRM system, but also a secondary machine, for example. Then looking to 3 is the lower energy use. That means everybody is looking to cost. That means also the energy consumption needs to be going down.
Right.
And I think the most important thing is the lack of resources. That means the skilled people which talk the same language are getting less. And that's a big challenge for our machine builders. But therefore, Lenze can help you, of course. We have a great engineering team We have great fast function blocks which helping to do the implementation smooth, fast. That means please talk with us.
Okay, that makes sense. Now, as well as supplying products, Jurgen, you're also a solutions provider. Can you walk us through how you engage with customers during the life cycle of a project, how you would address interoperability with customers' broader machine ecosystems? Can you take us through that?
Yeah, of course. It's very important to understand the requirements from the customer to help them with the complete process. That means the process is not starting to programming. The process is starting really with developing the first machine. That means we want to sit on the table with the draft. That means before we need to understand the KPIs, what is really matter, what's matter the machine, what is the outcome. COA2 footprint is also very important, of course. Energy level is very important. That's the first step. The second step is designing the machine. That means we want to help them to design not only hardware, but also thinking about the software structure behind. That means with our standards, fast function blocks, we are happy to help our customers. And our other point is integration. That means Lenze is using a lot of integration standards. That means thinking about EDGAR, thinking about Profinet, MQTT, OpenCOA. That's helping the customer to integrate smoothly inside of another system. And of course, you need to do the commissioning part. That means with our tool chain, we are helping our customers to do the programming, to do the design, to do the diagnostics. That means I think we have a broad portfolio to help our customers in this phase.
Thank you, Jurgen. Marc, do you have anything to add on this?
Yeah, but of course, because after commissioning, we need to do a lot of things more. So as soon as the machine is running, we stay connected with the customer. Talking about remote access, control, updates, firmware updates, software updates, etc., are important things to know and to do. Dashboarding, how's the machine performing, and so on. So to reduce on the end the total cost of ownership of the user of the machine. And that is the benefit of the machine. So customers are never locked into a closed system, I would say. They can choose the full Lenze stack and just have the part in fitting the machine in the best way possible. So that's important to know. And then we come to the last part, and we call service. So the word service will mean a little bit more different than we are used to do and used to use. We have a lot of as-a-service possibilities today. We would like to say and express it a little bit differently. Service is, I think, from the point of view where we look to the market, and very crucial and essential thing to provide. And it starts with the supplier, so the motion supplier, the automation supplier in the machine. So the machine builders as well as users can benefit from that during the complete lifetime of the machine. And the lifetime of the machine is a long time, so we need to take care of that. And we will also put a lot of energy and impact in the market on the word service the next coming years.
Jurgen, looking ahead, what developments or initiatives within Lenze are you most excited about? And how do you see the machine building and automation sector evolving over the next 5 to 10 years?
Yeah, what we really see is that software is getting more and more important. That means one of the things we are really focused on right now is make our software better. And then we're talking about our reusable software. That means our fast function blocks, but also about our tools. Thinking about code generation, so that the software will help you with writing your code. That's something really exciting on. The other thing is also very important, that is data driven. That is meaning that our access giving automatically the most needed information to a PLC or to another cloud platform so that they can do some first analysis. I think that's very important. And second, we need to mention is also the security. That means we are talking about open standards, but also this open standards needs to be secure. But also our devices, machines need to be secure. That means COA is also high on our focus level at the moment.
Excellent, thank you. And so, Marc, what about the markets and the expansion in the markets? Are there markets of particular interest?
Yeah, that's a good question, Andrew. Looking ahead, machines need to be more modular, more standardized, so the customer can put all his or her energy in their IP, their intellectual property. So the more you standardize, the more remains to make a specialized machine on their own, and that will improve the market. The dynamic in the industry will change, so even in Europe we come in a different position. So we need to work a little bit different and harder and smarter to go that way. So what Jurgen mentioned about the Lenze portfolio is essential for machine builders to use. The connectivity and the communication to the customer is an important issue there to get to the right topics, to find the right pain points at the customers, to solve them in a proper way, in a quick and fast way. So that the European market is getting a bit more stronger and competitive to deal with problems in machine landscape. As we mentioned before, IT and OT come together quite far. So there we saw a lot of solving topics like CRA and all those measurements come across in the near future. And that also means that companies need to differentiate on their skill sets. In an area where we have a lack of resources, this will not be very easy. So we need to do it, rewind the work, speed, and do it proper, and let's say in first time right engineering phase, and then we are in a good situation. So that is it.
That's understood. That's understood. Well, thank you both. Thank you, Marc. Thank you, Jurgen. What I found in my visit to Lenze is an intrinsic belief in the importance of the customer and the customer's needs. And as we all know, the markets are changing dramatically. And as they change, obviously, it's essential that a supplier moves with those trends. And that's certainly something that I found. So personally, if you're looking for solutions, it's got to be worth talking to Lenze and seeing what they can offer. They have a vast array of information, and they also have the expertise, which takes way beyond just supplying components and products. My visit to Lenze today has been a really good insight. So I do endorse completely talking to them and asking to see what they can do for you. Thanks ever so much for watching, and we look forward to seeing you on the next video.